Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, pipeline not included. The Premier not giving up hope, though, as the feds reveal more nation-building projects. Lost and found, firefighters save a man's important possessions after his building catches fire. And next stop, Rossdale. A company wants a gondola to become part of the power plant's future.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Prime Minister Mark Carney has revealed his government's second round of nation-building projects. While a pipeline project in Alberta is once again not on that list, Premier Danielle Smith says she hopes an agreement is coming soon. CTV's Connor Hogg joins us now with more on this story tonight. So, Connor, what projects are included in this second round?
Well, Matt, 6 new projects have been referred through Carney's major project office, which will fast-track them in the interest of making Canada more self-sufficient against volatility in the United States. As mentioned, a new bitumen pipeline project is not on today's list, something many in Alberta, including the provincial government, were hoping for. 3 new critical minerals projects were revealed in Ontario, Quebec, and New Brunswick. 2 liquefied natural gas projects in BC will move ahead, as will an Inuit-owned hydroelectric energy project in Iqaluit. Premier Danielle Smith is still looking for movement on a pipeline. Prime Minister Mark Carney was asked about Premier Smith's so-called grand bargain today.
We call it a memorandum of understanding, as does the Premier. Those discussions are going well. I'm personally encouraged by the progress that we're making. There's a few more issues that we're working on ironing out.
Carney says his government is looking for major investment that would shield Alberta, its oil and gas industry, and the country from risk. He also wants a possible pipeline project to be low cost and low carbon. Carney says he's looking forward to more progress over the coming weeks and says the Carbon Capture Pathways project is also part of Alberta's discussions. Smith says the removal of what she calls anti-oil legislation is part of that MOU. She also says it includes, quote, ultimate approval of an Alberta to BC bitumen pipeline in addition to pathways.
Are we going to get to the finish line on an MOU? We'll know in a few more days. I'm very hopeful. I think if you watch the Prime Minister when he announced his major projects list today, he is also encouraged. We've made a lot of progress. We've been going back and forth on an MOU every day, I think, as we're getting the final wording, and I'm really hopeful that we'll have something more to say about that in a few days.
Smith's office says Alberta is supportive of all the nation-building projects. It reiterates we will know in a matter of days whether the federal government will support the province's goal. Matt?
All right, Connor Hogg live in studio tonight. Thank you. A man is thanking firefighters for helping him salvage important legal documents from his burned-out home. He and more than a dozen other people lost more of their belongings in a West End apartment fire last night. CTV's Nara Manisa has the story.
About 20 hours after a fire broke out at this apartment building in the Jasper Place neighborhood, crews remained on scene dousing hot spots.
It was deep within the building, making it very difficult to extinguish. You have to get access to the fire, first of all, locate it exactly without it. And by that time, it had already extended within a large amount of the building, going up the walls and eventually into the ceiling.
The damage is extensive.
We do have some heavy equipment coming in, and we can hopefully pick through this and actually fully extinguish this. We have to take the roof off. It's not safe for any of our members in there right now.
Fire broke out just after 5 p.m. last night. No injuries were reported. 22 tenants are displaced, along with about a dozen pets. This tenant lives on the top floor. Abby Manicandon wanted to see what was left of his place. He asked firefighters to do what seemed impossible, help find important documents.
I know where my documents are, and so I just asked them to see, is it possible to have a look into the room, or is there any way?
Manicandon stored his passport, work permits, and other legal documents in a special case. He told fire crews where they were. They were found spared from water or fire damage.
So the file is safe, but I lost all other things at the moment. So I'm so grateful to get those documents, actually.
These were the 2 firefighters who took on the challenge.
They were able to go in off their bucket, tied in, found his documents, retrieved them in an absolute pristine condition. These guys just did a sensational job. Very impressed with them.
The district fire chief hopes this serves as a reminder to ensure your documents are protected in case of fire. Naram Nisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
A stolen car that was running from police and crashed into a guardrail along the Henday caused some major delays this morning. Our CTV drone caught some aerial footage of the scene. Police say while patrolling in the southeast around 3 a.m., they spotted a car take a hard turn and speed away. Air One began to follow the car. The Edmonton Police Service says the car reached speeds of 250 kilometers an hour and the driver was running red lights and driving erratically. Police disabled the car's tires near the Henday and White Mud before it crashed into a guardrail. A 22-year-old man was arrested, and police say charges are pending. The idea of building a gondola in Edmonton is back, and with a new city council and a call for ideas to repurpose the historic Rossdale power plant, Prairie Sky is hoping for another chance. It's been about 7 years since a gondola from downtown to White Avenue won a competition for big city building ideas. One of its 5 proposed stops was the Rossdale power plant. City Council shelved the idea, though, 3 years ago. Most councillors felt there hadn't been enough consultation with Indigenous groups who considered the Rossdale Flats sacred land. Jeffrey Hansen-Carlson believes the gondola is still the best way to get big crowds in and out of the area with limited access points.
I think if you look at the success of the Riverhawks, it is in your face how much of a challenge the road network is, the parking situation is.
Hansen-Carlson says his company's international investors remain committed to the gondola project. He says it would not require public money. Prairie Sky is in talks with at least one developer about a new pitch. A bull riding battle between Edmonton's sports mascots has become an annual tradition.
And we're going. Give it up for Hunter, trying to do some bull surfing.
PBR Canada hosted the competition this afternoon ahead of its Canadian National Finals event this weekend. 5 Edmonton mascots took part in a 3-round competition, earning style points along the way. Dozens of students showed up to cheer on the mascots. Punter from the Edmonton Elks took home first place. Hunter was second. He's from the Oilers, and River from the Riverhawks came in third.
Yeah, that's what got him the win was, that extra effort. You can really appreciate it when they go through all the effort of making sure they look the part too. So, yeah, it was definitely cool to see that.
The PBR Canadian National Finals takes place Friday and Saturday nights at Rogers Place. All right, Josh is down at the Edmonton Expo Center tonight. Josh, what's going on?
We got the Ninas, which is one of my favorite events to MC every year. The Nina Haggerty Center for the Arts does some fantastic work in our community, and the Ninas is a great night to celebrate the artists at the Nina. But don't let me tell you about it. How about the new CEO at the Nina, Ann Harvey? How are you, Ann?
I'm great. Thanks so much, Josh. I'm so glad we're here together for this exciting event.
I'm glad you're here, too, because my usual co-host is sick, and so Ann's actually going to co-host the awards with me tonight. So, and she's not nervous at all about that. Listen, for people who aren't familiar with the Nina, tell people what goes on there.
Yeah, so the Nina is an art center in the Arts District of Edmonton where artists with disabilities have their opportunity to have creative expression. The contribution to the art sector is incredible. Really studio space, a gorgeous gallery where their art can be displayed and shared with the community.
Oh, when I was there this summer, it is constantly humming and buzzing with activity. Artists like Dale, do you want to come in? Dale's a big CTV weather fan too. Dale, how much do you love working down there at the Nina?
Good.
Yeah, you like it? What are you currently working on?
The big news out there.
Okay, perfect. Are you excited for tonight?
Yes.
Okay, we're all excited for tonight. So we're going to celebrate artists this evening. It's going to be a fantastic night, and I'm really looking forward to this. I hope you are too.
Very much so. So glad. We have a lot of people here today, incredible performers. This is a true gala, our biggest fundraiser of the year. Here's Nina. Here we go.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so listen, if you've never been to the Nina or to the Nina Awards, put this on your calendar for next year. It is an outstanding event. And thank you. We'll talk more in a couple of minutes. First, let's talk a little bit about weather. And it was a little cooler than we were expecting through the day today. We thought we'd get to about 6 or 7. Instead, we only got to 4 for a daytime high today. But just south of us, it was 17 in Red Deer. Just couldn't get any of that warm air far enough north to affect the Edmonton area. 1 in downtown Edmonton right now. 1 is the average high for this time of year, and we're going to be in that range for highs over the next couple of days. There has been snow falling across northern, northwestern, and western parts of the province. Still a snowfall warning in effect for higher elevations in through the mountain parks. I don't think we'll see heavy snow here in the city, but we'll probably see at least some precipitation mid to late this evening. It looks pretty unlikely that we'll have a ton of snow, if any snow, on the ground when we wake up tomorrow morning. -4 in the morning, and then about 1 or 2 for a daytime high, and gusty tomorrow afternoon with the sun coming out late morning and through the afternoon hours. Full 5 and 10 day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, taking the game indoors. New tennis and pickleball courts open in Edmonton.
It's beautiful, compared to what was here before.
Help us build a mountain of toys. Donate today at ctvedmonton.ca. Brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Tennis and pickleball players won't have to wait until the spring to get into the game. A new facility is now open in West Edmonton. CTV's Gates Warren has more from the hard court.
Tony Jong has found himself returning to the tennis court. He's now able to lace up his tennis shoes all year round at a brand new facility.
This is a really nice facility, especially since we don't actually have very many indoor courts in Edmonton, so it's nice to have some extra ones.
The IQ Tennis and Pickleball Center in West Meadowlark Park only opened a couple of weeks ago, and operations are already in full swing.
We have a very hard winter here where a lot of people don't go outside, so it keeps people, healthy, active. Our seniors, our kids.
The center has bookable courts under a dome, allowing players like Jong to get a match in any time of the year.
It's beautiful, compared to what was here before. They had the public tennis courts, and they were pretty rough, run down, lots of cracks.
The center previously received a $1.5 million grant from the province to help in its maintenance and construction, which began back in the summer. IQ's co-founder says the facility is needed to meet a growing demand.
The demand is so huge, right? And there's only, if you think about it, there's only 2 public places in the whole city where you can play tennis, not being a member, just paying, renting the court, and going home.
Jong has seen a resurgence in tennis himself and a growing interest in pickleball.
Clearly, there are more people playing tennis, more people playing pickleball as well. So I think if those people, want to continue with the sport, then I think facilities like this are really great.
He hopes to see more of these pop up around the city so others can check it out for themselves. Gates Warren, CTV News, Edmonton.
A UCP MLA says a recall petition against her is politically motivated. Angela Pitt is accusing the person who launched the petition of abusing his position as a high school principal. In an open letter, Pitt says, quote, using a taxpayer-funded position of authority to advance a politically motivated campaign raises concerns about the potential inappropriateness of said campaign, end quote. Pitt says the Recall Act was not intended to be used by activists who disagree with government policy. She says it's intended to address matters such as ethical misconduct or failure to represent constituents. Derek Keenan launched the petition against Pitt. He says it's about her general performance and lack of communication with constituents. Primary Care Alberta has declared a tuberculosis outbreak in Edmonton's inner city. The decision was made in October after 2 homeless people were infected with the same strain, suggesting to health officials the illness has been transmitted in Edmonton. Primary Care says so far this year, 12 cases have been connected to Edmonton's inner city. TB mainly affects the lungs and can be spread through coughing, sneezing, and spit. It can be treated with antibiotics. Still to come tonight on CTV News, cookie creations, why dozens of local companies are building gingerbread houses.
We've got a Home Alone house, we've got a Taste of Edmonton house, we've got a seniors facility. It's amazing.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
We can rebuild it.
The Christmas Bureau of Edmonton has officially launched its holiday fundraising campaign. The organization held its annual Gingerbread House competition at the Expo Center this afternoon. 18 teams from a variety of industries competed in an effort to raise funds and awareness for the Christmas Bureau. Teams had to raise a minimum of $500 in order to participate.
The creative minds in our city is just amazing. We've got a Home Alone house, we've got a Taste of Edmonton house, we've got a seniors facility. It's amazing.
Christmas Bureau has been serving nutritious holiday meals to Edmontonians for 85 years. This year, thousands of applications have already been submitted from families in need. Josh and I considered competing in the Gingerbread House decorating competition, but we decided not to because we knew we would just eat all of the candy and toppings that go with it. And Josh, the last thing you need is any of that sugar drizzle all over your tie ahead of the Nina Haggerty Award ceremony tonight.
Yeah, you know what? There are some artists here who I bet could put together some incredible gingerbread houses. Instead, Dale's not working on a gingerbread house, though. Dale, this is Robot, the Tin Man, right?
Yes.
How long did this take you to put together?
A lot.
A long, long time. Well, you know what? All that time and effort looks like it paid off. This is just one of many of the silent auction pieces that you can bid on when you're down here at the Nina. Dale's one of many artists that work at the Nina as well. And you were saying you really like the space there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You like the weather as well, hey?
Yes.
Do you think it's going to snow tonight?
Yes.
Okay, I agree. It's probably going to snow at least a little bit. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Great work, Dale. We'll chat again in a little bit. Take a look outside right now at the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace fixed right over its free 1 in downtown Edmonton right now under cloudy skies. We mentioned that Red Deer hit 17 earlier this afternoon. It is still 12 in Red Deer right now. We were in the 20s in southern Alberta. -1 in Grand Prairie, 1 in Fort McMurray. There's your wind warning. Gusts in the southwest corner of the province could be up around 100 kilometers per hour and through that red zone, higher elevations. In Jasper Townside, I think it's probably more just a rain-snow mix, but higher elevations along the Icefields Parkway. Good news for Marmot Basin. 15 to 30 centimeters worth of snow in through those snowfall warning areas by tomorrow morning. You see the snow is falling in through the mountain parks and across the north. Got some snow rolling into the Fort McMurray area. They'll probably pick up a couple centimeters through this evening. And then the snow, most of it is already off to the east and southeast of Grand Prairie. And that line will continue to drop southeast and east as the night goes on. Watch how it kind of breaks down as it rolls through the Edmonton area. So it really doesn't look like we'll pick up much, if anything, in the way of accumulation. All of that accumulation should basically avoid the Edmonton region, and we'll see some clearing through the day tomorrow and into tomorrow evening. There's where we are anticipating snow on the ground by tomorrow morning across the north, in the northeast, and then those heavier pockets of snow through the mountain parks and possibly the Hinton area as well. Could see a couple centimeters by tomorrow morning. -4 in Edmonton tomorrow morning. We'll be at -2 for a high tomorrow afternoon in Fort McMurray, just barely above zero with some sunshine in Grand Prairie. 1s for Jasper and Red Deer and -1 in Lloydminster. And watch the wind. It'll start to get a little gusty here mid to late this evening. Stays gusty through to the early to mid-afternoon hours here at Edmonton, and then dies down late in the day while eastern Alberta hangs on to the gusty wind into tomorrow evening. Not a lot of temperature movement here over the course of the next 24 hours. We'll slide to about -4 tomorrow morning, 2 for highs tomorrow and Saturday, and then up to 4 on Sunday. A chance of flurries overnight tonight, and then after tonight, maybe a few more pockets of snow Tuesday of next week. Matt?
All right, Josh, thank you. A program that shares a little holiday spirit with seniors is back at London Drugs. The Stocking Stuffers for Seniors initiative started in 2014. Christmas trees are set up inside each store with gift tags on the tree. Each tag has a wish list from a senior in their community, and customers can help fulfill those lists. London Drugs is collaborating with more than 200 care homes. The Unity Square location off 104th Avenue near downtown hopes to collect 6,000 gifts.
They're basic needs. They're slippers, a blanket, toiletries, snacks or treats. Anything. It's pretty humble askings on the tag.
These gifts are for low-income seniors, maybe seniors suffering with mental health issues, addictions, maybe don't have that family support around the holiday season.
The program runs until Monday, December 8th.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by Boston Pizza's 5 Days of Pizza for Ben, supporting the Ben Stelter Foundation.
Coming up on CTV News at 6, the second part of our look back at the case of Edmonton bank manager Nick Lizick. 20 years ago, Lizick was forced to cut a deal due to the overwhelming amount of evidence against him. Tonight, more from the crime tapes with CTV's David Owasik on CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. Young patients at the Stollery now have a paw to hold for comfort and support. The hospital has a dog on staff, a first in a Canadian child life specialist facility. CTV's Amanda Anderson has the story.
2-year-old Pumbaa is the newest staff member at the Stollery Children's Hospital.
There's lots of sounds, noises, smells, people, tons of different people who come through here. So we needed to make sure that we really had a bomb-proof for that sound dog, that behaviorally sound dog, that'd be able to handle this type of environment.
He's the most chill lab I've ever met. He just has a calming nature about him. He loves to cuddle and snuggle, and that's his favorite thing to do with the kids is snuggle on their beds with them.
Matthew Davis's son Jake was one of Pumbaa's first patients.
He was in a medically induced coma, and Pumbaa was actually even just laying beside him, even when he wasn't awake. And what's interesting is now that he's in his recovery stage, he still talks about actually recognizing that Pumbaa was there.
Jake has an extremely rare genetic condition with the inability to repair his DNA. He developed a form of cancer on his liver, requiring a transplant from his mom. They've been at the Stollery since August, with Pumbaa there every step of the way.
You lead the way.
And having the ability to have somebody like Pumbaa here has been even great for me as a parent, just seeing how happy Jake is when Pumbaa comes by.
Pumbaa's here at the Stollery 4 days a week. He puts in an 8-hour shift, but about 6 of those are spent with patients.
Big jump.
Pumbaa is there for emotional support during tests and procedures and serves as motivation to help kids overcome fears.
To be able to provide that safety and that comfort to children in a really unfamiliar, scary environment is amazing.
All costs for Pumbaa are taken care of by the Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation donors. Since July, he's already tended to the needs of hundreds of young patients.
To even be able to witness what he can do that I can't do.
Do we see? Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.